Hi friends, it's Bridget. I'm going to work with my blues here with my Thermolam. And I have some strips and I have some little kind of rectangular squares that I cut. And I have my tools, my tweezers, my scissors, and my rotary cutter. And I'm going to make another piece of fabric, and then I'm going to cover it in tulle. Surprise, surprise. And then I'm going to do my pebbles because I love practicing my pebbles. But then I'm going to cut it and make a little bowl. I think it's crazy when you put so much work into a piece of fabric and then you cut it, but I'm doing it, and that's what this is all about, and there's always more fabric scrap to be had. So I messed around with this little piece of paper, and I will show you how I did that. And I just cut notches in it. I have done a lot of clothing, and I was walking in my woods and I was thinking, well, if I took a dart, anyway, this is how I ended up with my bowl shape, and I'll show you that. And messing around with paper is always great because then when you go to cut your fabric, hopefully it will work out like you kind of think it should. So that's what I'm going to do, and I'll show that process of creating that little template, and then I'll show you cutting the fabric and making the bowl. And I think it's going to come out pretty. I was thinking about making a large vessel out of fabric and how glorious that would be. But of course, I want to start on a small one so that if I mess up, it won't be as painful. I'm so glad you're here. Let's get started. I gave this a good press. I love how all of these different fabrics come out. They look good really no matter what you do with your scrappy fabrics. And as long as they're fabrics that you like, I think it's a nice, beautiful presentation, and it just is very freeing and relaxing to do. I am now going to take my photo, and then once I take my photo, I am going to take my tool and lay it on top and cut a piece, if I can get it untangled here. And oh, that looks pretty. That looks really pretty. And again, I really feel it needs it with this kind of process, because I'm going to make a little bowl vessel out of this, and I don't want any of my little pieces coming up. So this is just lovely. And I don't know if I'm going to use that thread or that thread. I think I'm going to use this lovely pale blue. It's like a grayish blue. It's quite lovely. See that? Beautiful. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and go do my pebbles at my machine. I am not going to take you with me this time. I took you quite a few times already. So I'm going to do that on my own right now. And then I'm going to come back and show you how I made my little template. And then I'm going to cut the fabric. I can't even believe I'm saying that out loud, but I am, and I'm going to do it. I finished up my piece, and I did my pebbles. The stitching came out nice. I'm getting much better, and I love it. I enjoy doing it, so that's awesome. Now I'm going to cut this, which seems kind of crazy to me, but I'm going to do that. I want to make a little bowl, because eventually I want to make a big bowl. This is my paper template idea. I'm a little nervous. I'm not sure it's going to turn out, but I'm going to try it. So I'm going to take a piece of paper, and I found these hoops in my stash. I didn't have a plate or a bowl to use for a circle at my studio here, but I want to have the inside the same as the outside. So these hoops should work fine. Any size will work. And I'm actually glad that these are kind of small, because eventually when I want to go ahead and do something larger. So they're about 6 inches, a little over 6¼ inches. So that's nice. And I can fit them on this piece. These are floral bamboo rings. So I grabbed them at some point, and now I have them. I'm just going to take one of these and take a pencil and trace around making a circle. And now I'm going to cut it. I have paper, scissors here. I'm going to go ahead and cut this. And now I'm just going to fold it in half. Going to fold it again. And then one more time. So this will give me 8 pieces. This is not perfect. It's okay. I'm going to open this back up. And now I'm going to take my ruler. I'm actually just going to make some lines so that it's easier to see. Okay. And now what I'm going to do is I did this as an 1.5 inch slit. And I'm going to stick with the same idea. So all I'm going to do is take my ruler and come down 1.5 inches on each line. And that's all I'm going to do. So this is what I'm going to do with my fabric. And then I'm going to do a slit on each one. And that is what I have. And I'm just going to overlap them just about 1/2 inch. Just not too much so that they start to curve. Just about 1/2 inch on each one. And that's how I came up with my little bowl here. So when you're doing it, you just don't want to get too far that it starts to curve in on itself. So now I have to do the scary part. I have to do that with my fabric. I'm a little nervous, but I'm going to do it. So I have my hoop that I used for my paper template. And now I see I can fit 2 here. That's why I chose this size. So I'm going to flip this over, and in the upper right-hand corner here, I am going to take my pen, and I'm not sure if this is going to work. These pens are nice for simple stuff, but I'm not sure how well they're going to come up. Let's see. This is the friction pen. I've seen other pens out there for embroidery purposes. Might splurge and get myself a set because I do want to do, oh, it's not too bad. All right. So now I'm going to cut that out. Get my fabric scissors. Okay. Set that aside. And I'm just going to take my template and have it help me here, because I did make it, and let's see how this goes. I am going to, do I do the line or do I just cut? That is a good question. I think I'm going to be bold. Try not to shift it. Okay. All right. What did I do to my beautiful piece of fabric? I'm going to take some Wonder Clips and just cross over here and create my little bowl. Uh-oh. Okay, gotta go back. I missed one. I would love to make a large one of these at some point. Well, let's see how it turns out first. Okay. Oh, cute. Very nice. So now I thought about doing hand stitching, and that would be quite lovely, but I'm impatient and I want to try it on my sewing machine. So I'm going to take this to my sewing machine and I'm going to do that pretty little stitch that I did on this basket. And I'm just going to do it from here to the end on all of these spots. And I'm actually going to do it with my white Dove Gray Aurifil 50 weight thread, because I'm happy to see it. I want to see it. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'll be right back. That came out great. I am so pleased with that. I don't know if you can see right here. I took those openings and I just did my little star stitch right on that. And this is the inside, so that's fine. That's going to be covered with the other side. I love it. Oh boy, this is a whole nother rabbit hole to fall down. I did it from the inside too. I think what I'm going to do now that I finished this one, and it's not as scary as I thought it was going to be. Oh goodness. I will take you over and do the other one and show you what I did. Because this could be a zigzag stitch. It could be any sort of sturdy stitch, any sort of decorative stitch. And I'm going to do the other one and take you with me and show you what I did. So I have my machine set up with my Dove Gray Aurifil, and I turned my little basket bowl inside out to do it from the inside. And I'm just getting right on top of this crisscross here. This overlap, I should say. I'm going to leave my clip on there to help me. I'm sure it's not easy to see. I'm going down to the corner where it meets, and my tweezers are going to come in very handy. I'm just going to do my stitching right till the end. A zigzag stitch would be fine. If the clip is in your way, you can just use your tweezers to hold it. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. And I did right on the overlap. I missed a little bit of a section here. I'm going to go back and cover that. The nice thing with this forgiving fabric is you can't see it. Can't see your mistakes. What a beautiful thing. There we go. Just did more stitches. It's lovely. So I'm going to continue on here and just do the rest of my little darts. Now I just need to do some trimming, and oh my goodness, this is so much fun. I'm loving how this is turning out. So I want to just trim everything up here along with some of my other little stray threads. And what I want to do now is put these two together. And my idea was to hand stitch these together because I thought that would be a nice finish to hand stitch these together. Oh, I love it. I love it. I can tell I'm going to love it already. So I want to hand stitch, and I think I'm going to do the seams not on top of each other, so just shift this so it's not too much ply when I'm doing my blanket stitch around. So I want to just clip this. I'm threaded up with my white thread, and I have a nice sharp needle to go through all of my ply, and I'm just going to do a blanket stitch. I'm going to secure my knot into the center so I don't see that, and I'm going to come back in the same spot to start my and now I'm just going to do my blanket stitch all the way around the edge. It's going to take me some time, so I'm going to put this in fast forward and just surround it by my beautiful fabrics and do some hand stitching, which I want to do more of because I find it very relaxing. So I'm just going to go around and do that, and we'll see what it looks like when it's finished. I thoroughly enjoyed doing that. I need a little work on my blanket stitch. I had some trouble at my starting points, but that's okay. I'll revisit that and do some more practice. It's been a long time since I've done hand stitching, but I'm excited to get back into it. That was one of my dreams about working on my channel, was getting back into some hand stitching. So that will be a lot of fun as time goes on. And I love how it looks. I love it. It's funny because the tulle on top in this instance probably wasn't the greatest thing because not all the threads were secure because of the pebble stitch. It's just the nature of the stitch. And so I have a lot of loose threads, and I've been trimming them off, but this one's going to be for me, so I can look at my imperfect stitches and my perfect stitches too. And I would love to do one in this process and then make a bowl. I would love that, a little bowl vessel. And how much fun would it be to even make some sort of vessel that's higher? I just have things running through my imagination right now of how to manipulate fabric more. So it's a lot of fun. Really enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed it too and got something out of the video. And if you did, please give it a thumbs up. Really appreciate it. And thank you to everyone who has subscribed. I really appreciate all of you and all of your comments. I love it. And until next time, keep creating. Have fun out there. Bye.